You sit near me here somewhere. Jeremy, doesn't Jeremy look very well, ladies and gentlemen? He looks super well. And you've lost a load of weight.
2 stone in the last 2 months.
Wow. What have you been doing? What happened?
I went on a gap year. I didn't know I went on a gap year to Indochina. They've just got a better diet out there. Plus, I had a bicycle rather than a car.
Wow, well, actually, see, this is the way forward.
No, it isn't. It's terrible. No, cycling's not a good thing to do, because I've cut my arm all broken as a result of it.
Yeah.
But I did lose a lot of weight.
So you were cycling everywhere? You were...
Yeah, where I was staying was separated from the small town by this... Well, there was a mountain. Right. But it was much bigger than Everest. It was only 3 kilometres and I cycled over it every day.
Wow.
So I said, I can't have a drink unless I cycle into town.
Ah. Hold it, who enforced that rule?
Me.
So you decided...
I made my own rule. I can't have a beer unless I've cycled into town.
So is this a conscious effort to say, OK, I'd like to live a little bit longer, fit. I want to get fit and I want to...
No, because if you live longer, you just got to tube up your nose, you're an imposition to your family, to the state. No, nobody wants to live longer. Well, it's not like if you could live longer and be 14, then that would be great. But you're not. You're living longer, you're 85. Okay. Nothing works.
So you're 59 now?
Yeah, I'm 59 now.
And you look older, I've got to be honest. So you were out there, so this was a holiday, it was a break?
Yeah, I went off to Indochina, and it was fantastic. Vietnam and Laos and Cambodia,
wow.
all just... absolutely fabulous thing to do.
Presumably you embraced the culture?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Came back when my wrist was full.
Wow.
Now I've got a lot of bracelets.
I bet, come on, I hope you didn't get a little tattoo on your ankle. No!
No, this close.
Really?
I actually went past the tattoo place and thought, oh, come on. But then I went wrong. I got an illness. I had an abscess here, OK? And,
so what had happened?
We don't know what it was, some infection. Doing too much exercise, I suspect. It's almost certainly caused the sweat and a disaster. Anyway, I've got a skin disease as well.
Oh! What's the disease?
We're not designed, British people are not designed to go to temperatures other than 57 degrees and drizzling. I came out of the sea one day while I was working, and there was this Italian guy coming out at the same time. He was about the same age as me, but he didn't look like me.
Yeah.
He looked bronzed and his hair was immaculate and perfect and he was chisel-jawed and his stubble... How do you keep it like that all the time?
I don't know.
And he walked out the sea and I thought, and no mosquitoes bitten him. Why do good-looking people never get bitten by mosquitoes? Look in Hello magazine, all those people, they never get... I'm covered in mosquito bites. I've got red up to here and then bright white with a skin disease, and then every wave knocked me over. He didn't get knocked over. Why does that happen? We should stick to being in Barnsley.
So are you a new man, though? Have you come back a new man? Are you refreshed, you're replenished, you're rejuvenated?
I'm refreshed. I'm definitely refreshed and rejuvenated, yeah.
So, and presumably you're doing more, because the Grand Tour has been a huge success. Are you watching the Grand Tour? I hope so.
17.
Series 3. You know what I enjoyed about it? The one I enjoyed most, I think, Series 1, there were lots of bits I enjoyed, but the one where you went right across Mongolia...
Oh, yeah, that was... Proud of that.
And it was kind of a special edition, really.
Yeah.
This one, they dropped you right in the desert, the Mongolian desert.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a desert, because it was covered in herbs. All of Mongolia is covered, not all of it, but the bit we drove across is covered in herbs, so sage, rosemary, thyme. So as you walk or drive along, the smell is just fabulous.
Beautiful. And it's huge, of course.
It's massive, and it's the size of Western Europe, and it has the population of Leeds. And so and they all live in the city, so it's empty. We drove for 6 days. 6 days, and we saw not a single shred of evidence that man's ever existed. Not a power line, not a wall, not a fire, nothing.
And was that a good period for reflection? Did you think about your place in the grand scheme?
No, we thought that they hadn't packed any drink, which they hadn't. That occupied us completely and only for 6 days. They sent some army rations, some of which were vegetarian. What's the point of that? It's not really food. And then this car in pieces, hundreds of pieces. We had to build the car and then drive out, get to civilization. But they hadn't packed any booze. Well,
it's a fabulously entertaining show. Let's have a look. This is Jeremy with the other two going across Mongolia. It's great fun. That's a great show. It's a fabulously entertaining hour or so TV.
It is.
I loved it.
The sad thing about those is, you Bear Grylls of the world, they all have a hotel to go to.
Yeah.
No, we had to then live in those clothes all
Well, I
day.
know that because you just complained about it the whole time.
Well, it was utterly miserable. And though I probably haven't mentioned it, there was no drink.
Yeah.
At all, of any sort.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how thrilled are you that Top Gear is nowhere near as successful now that you're not on it?
It's a hard face to pull, this one. Let me try.
Because the other guys are always very generous and always saying...
Yeah,
oh,
James and Richard always say, no, it's a shame. We wish them all the best. I don't. No, I do.
You've been working, what, for 17, 18 years?
Yeah, I've been working together that
17 years?
Yeah, but we're carrying on. I mean, we're filming the next special to start, so we're off to Vietnam.
So
I've just let that out of the bag.
Do you think ahead and think, OK, there will come a time... What's your plan going forward? How much longer do you think you'll do this for? And how will you prepare for the massive hole in your life, emotionally?
What, when I don't have James May in it?
Yes.
Like that.
Well,
you can come to the party.
I know. I tell you what. I think what's lovely about the show is there's a bond, and I would call it love between the three of you.
Hate.
No. You're uncomfortable with this, but it's true. I think there's a
Yeah.
very pure and very lovely relationship of three men, and it's obviously not sexual, but three men who genuinely love each other.
I do like their company
You
when
love
I'm at
them.
work.
Why don't you just admit that you love them?
Because that would be ridiculous.
But you do, though. I think you love them. One day you'll come on here and you will admit and say, you know what, you will
I'm
make
a raving gay.
No, it's got nothing to do with sex. I mean, if you want it
The
to
thing
be...
is, what's happening here is you're trying to drive a story out of me.
No, I'm not. I think
it's
it's a beautiful thing, and I think it would be nice if you could celebrate that and we could enjoy it with you.
Yeah, no, we are deeply in love with each other.
I'm not saying... He's missing the point. Isn't he missing the point? He's missing the point deliberately. We're deliberately missing the point, Clarkson.
I was distracted by how your hair hasn't gone grey.
Well, it's going a bit grey on the sides there.
What, where you haven't dyed it? You look like it's got Ken hair, Lego.
It's real hair. It's my own hair. It's not dyed. OK, let's talk about what a huge success you've had, and you've been a brilliant host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Have you seen me watching, Jeremy?
Thank you. No,
Which is a great show. Always was a great format, but you've given it a whole new life.
It makes you wonder why it went away, doesn't it, really? Because it is. I mean, there's a whole new generation now thinking, oh, well, this is a new show, which, of course, it isn't.
But it is different. Your style of presenting is very different to Tarrant's. It's very different.
Yeah, he's a nicer man, I think. He had more time for idiots.
Well, I mean, are they idiots? No, they're not.
A couple of them in the first series were.
But no, you've got to put it in the context.
One of them was from, like, Barcelona, born in... And she didn't know where the Balearic Islands are.
Right.
You can fucking see them.
Well, we're going to wrap up this interview now. Before we do, I just want to show this bit, though, because this is a bit when someone asked you for your help, and you were so sure you had the right answer.
Oh,
no,
God.
Have a look at this.
No, no, you don't need to see it.
This is quite
no,
painful.
I don't need to see it.
OK, let's have a look at this. This is Jeremy.
Oh, God, this was bad.
Shoes on the other foot.
Oh, yeah.
I will slightly hesitantly go, dear, final answer. And you know, so you don't.
I'm not even going to look at the screen. That's the correct answer. It isn't. What? It is a deer. Is it not a deer? I've seen them in Africa boinging along like deers. Oh, no, you've just lost. £15,000.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. He lost it anyway, because he got it wrong. Yeah. I'm just defending myself now pathetically.
Yeah, because he didn't ask you for help on that one. He just
No, he didn't. I just thought, yes, he's right. I was so confident, I didn't even look down, and then I made a total prat of myself. Yeah.